It's time for Tirade Tuesday on 95.7 FM and 710 AM KCMO.
Are you talking to me?
How dare you?
It's morning, so it's Mundo.
On a Tirade Tuesday, we will start this thing in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where Renee is listening online. Renee, what is your tirade on a Tuesday morning from Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Good morning, Pete. My tirade is how the people of the Hurricane Helene are being used as pawns, because I believe since those affected are mostly in red states, the reason why the government isn't rushing in to help them is because they're hoping that this will deny them from going to the voter polls, since towns were completely wiped out. So I implore the politicians of those states and those unaffected to help get your fellow man and woman to those voter polls.
Thank you very much, Renee, on a Tirade Tuesday, kicking it off. The one thing I will say is one of the towns hit the most is Asheville, and that is like Austin light when it comes to being pretty blue. However, I think it's more about incompetency, but I understand it. It's not a good look right now. It could end up being Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's Katrina. The media won't cover it that way, but that could end up happening. 913-408-7957. Eddie in North Kansas City, what's your tirade, Eddie? Go.
Hey, Pete, can you hear me okay?
I got you okay there, Eddie. What's the tirade, my man?
Okay, my tirade is people that walk down the middle of parking lot aisles. So the solution is they need a license plate on their butt. So I would be a 55 Eddie. You would be an 88 Pete, right? So if you're going to walk down the aisle, get a license plate and stick it on your butt. So anyway.
Oh, that is very good. I like that, Eddie. You know, you got to be careful, especially we have one car in the house that has, you know, the cameras in the back, and then one that does not have the cameras in the back. So depending on which car I'm driving, I got to make sure I'm looking a little bit more carefully. You know, that's how it goes. 913-408-7957 on a Tirade Tuesday. Peggy is in Prairie Village. What's your tirade, Peggy?
Good morning. In 2021, the city of Prairie Village paid an HR firm to check the competitive salaries of administrators. So in the last 3 years, three top employees have been added who make over $676,000 a year, not including benefits. That has not experienced, and the city has not experienced significant population increases. So that makes it a 40 to 60% increase in some salaries.
That's unbelievable.
Thanks.
Unbelievable. Multiple employees new employees making over $676,000, huh?
Right, and this is our council person, Lori Sharp, who is just on this all the time and lets us know what's going on. I really appreciate her.
Yeah, she does great work. Thank you, Peggy. She has been a guest on this show before, Lori Sharp, and I mean, that is incredible. You want to talk about government waste? Hey, your property taxes are going to go up. Don't you want to fund the cops and the firefighters? Yeah, but not the made-up bureaucratic position for the guy who's making $676,000 this year. How are they making your life better? Stephen in Kansas City, what's your tirade? Go.
Pete, there's a chill in the air. It's American League Championship Baseball. Go, Vinny.
All right. Easy on the bottle. The game doesn't start for 6.5 hours. Okay?
Right.
Easy on the tailgating, pal.
Vinny is there. Okay. My tirade is the obvious what do you call it? Propaganda of Saturday Night Live. What's his name? The guy who played Doug Emhoff Andy Samberg doesn't even look like Doug Emhoff, and it took him 3.5 years to get a good impression of Joe Biden after he's out of power. Jimmy Carter, who turns 100 today, he said that he was gonna lose before Gerald Ford. Chevy Chase had Gerald Ford falling all over the stage, so that they know what they're doing. This is a conscious effort for them to prop up the Democrats. You'll never see Tim Walz. Jim Gaffigan is actually a pretty good Tim Walz, but you'll never see him again after tomorrow. it's just such vapid propaganda, and anyone with eyes can see it.
Here's
So
the good
thank you.
news. Thank you, Stephen. Take it easy, man. 6 hours and 20 minutes till first pitch, all right? Take it easy. All right? A lot of time to go. Pace yourself the next 6 hours and 20 minutes. I want you to remember the seventh inning stretch, all right? But, yeah, the good news is SNL 50 years in is not being watched and does not have the juice that it had even just a few years ago. 913-408-7957. A Tirade Tuesday. Open line for you. 913-408-7957. John in Topeka, go.
Good morning. Well, my wife moved here 5 years ago from Missouri, and I talked her into it. I said, you need to register to vote because it's important for you to vote in this election for sure. And so she went down to go register to vote and found out she was already registered to vote. The problem is, I was married to a Democrat.
Is that
Until
right?
She changed her until she changed to a Republican. I was like, what? What? I was married to a Democrat?
So how
Yes,
did?
however.
Okay. However, please continue.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that she was already registered to vote. She never registered before.
In Kansas.
In Kansas, yes. So she didn't know how she was registered. She's like, how did this happen? And she was registered as a Democrat. And I was sitting there appalled because I was married to a Democrat.
Well, you're going to make it. As long as they're just identifying her as one and she's not actually one, then it seems like you're A-okay there, John.
Yeah, well, she's a Republican now after she's actually registered to vote, for the first time. So
Yeah.
Anyhow, how it happened, we don't know. It's a mystery. But I was like, oh, my gosh, I'm married to a Democrat.
Well, you know what? They probably figured Topeka, they played the odds there, right?
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. Thank you very much there. We appreciate it, John in Topeka. Jim, north of the river on a Tirade Tuesday. Let her rip.
Hey, Mondo.
What's up, my man? What's your tirade?
My tirade is tangential to the dock workers strike, more about the cost of everything. My wife and I discussed this. If the strike did happen, we'd basically go into COVID prepper mode and buy some toiletries, some necessities ahead of time just in case prices go up or there's shortages. So I bought stuff to get me, a family of three, through, for a couple extra months. $200 for detergent, toothpaste, deodorant, cat litter. $200.
$200 for the basic necessities for 2 months?
For basic necessities to get me through for a couple of months in case prices and shortages happen. It's insane.
So what did you get?
That's
You said toilet paper, you said toothpaste, and cat litter, huh? Those are your top three, and deodorant.
And laundry detergent, just the basics.
Yeah, the basics. Yeah,
So,
I mean, I can't say it's a great tirade, Jim, but I can't say that number surprises me based on where the cost of things are at right now,
Yeah, worst case scenario, we got some extra stuff, but, who knows how this strike is going to go. Anyway, that's it. Thanks.
Thank you very much there, Jim. I don't think this strike is – this is just my bet. I don't think the strike is going to last that long because the people in power right now, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, can't afford for it to last that long. If these longshoremen strike – they're on strike right now. But if it lasts for any significant period of time and we start getting inflation and shortages leading up to November 5, it's game, set, match. It is over. Wes and Gladstone, Tirade Tuesday, go.
Yeah, I'm tired of hearing people talk about how bad Katrina was. Why did those people had in the lower ninth ward had several days to get out. School bus Ray Nagin, Democrat, the mayor, didn't get them out of there. Katrina was not as bad as the media portrayed it.
Well, no. Like 1,500 people died. It was bad.
Okay, but most of what...
Okay,
what,
you're right. And people didn't evacuate, but Wes, it's like anything else in life, right?
Oh, no.
No. Wait, hold on. It's like anything else in life where people take for granted the natural disasters near them, right? Here in our neck of the woods, people look outside and stare at tornadoes. It's not the same,
right,
but it's similar. People in hurricane areas are like, we've dealt with this before. It's not going to be that bad. It happens. Hurricane Katrina was awful, Wes. But was it politicized?
Yeah,
yes, it was politicized, if that's your point.
Yes. The afterwards of showing all the people trapped in the lower ninth ward who were all black, oh, this is terrible, and Bush left these Bush left these people on the rooftop to die. I'm not a Bush fan, okay? But it was all contrived. Yeah, a lot of people died, but those weren't. But it was basically a media thing. And if they wanted a media thing, this Helene and what it's done to those people in Appalachia, there's your story, but it's not getting covered.
And it won't get covered. You're right about that. You're absolutely right about that, Wes. It will not get the coverage of Katrina. I don't know if the death toll is going to be nearly as high just because the population areas were not hit as hard as a place like New Orleans. But I totally agree with you there. Thus far, this has been an unmitigated disaster for the Biden administration. You've got Ron DeSantis acting as the de facto president for the Southeast right now. Joe Biden was on a beach on Sunday. Remember when George W. Bush was sitting on the airplane, and that was like 3 days after the hurricane, and he was called like basically a racist for staring out of his plane down at New Orleans? Oh, my, they're suffering people. And, of course, the media made it all about race. That was the beginning of the end of George W. Bush in 2005. But Biden's on a beach on Sunday, and no one bats an eye.
Wasn't that the whole Kanye West? George W. Bush hates black people.
Yeah, that came out of all that.
TV.
There was that.
Absolutely.
And then during Trump's thing, it was what shoes Melania was wearing, I believe. We had that one time.
Yes, we did. Yeah, remember the whole thing, too, when Trump went down to Puerto Rico after one of their hurricanes? He was tossing out rolls of toilet paper.
Oh, toilet paper.
Toilet paper out of the back of the van. And that was somehow called, like, racist. Meantime, Trump was at the Alabama-Georgia game on Saturday tossing out cartons of chicken fingers, right? People were eating it up. No one said that was suddenly a bad look. That's what Trump, he just, he throws things around, throws food around, he throws toilet paper around.
We have pizzas, we have 300 hamburgers, many French fries.
Yeah, he's tossing those many French fries around on Saturday. It's just what he does.
People were eating it up literally and figuratively.
I mean, they were. Hey, man, you go to a game lately? Those chicken fingers probably $20. Come on now. Might as well throw away some cash. Tirade Tuesday in the books. Well done.